going to work out today, just so everyone knows. There was going to be no exercise today, but I don't know. There's something weirdly addictive about. I thought if I'm going to learn something, I might as well be burning while I do it. Whole bunch of stuff for you. This is my burn and learn. This is my bid to stay alive and fit long enough to enjoy my golden years with my brilliant, beautiful wife Jane and my fabulous son Sebastian and the wretched dog Huzzah. And I hate exercise, so I like to learn something while I'm doing it and like to share what I've learned with you here. And that's what I'm doing. So everybody knows who we got. Jonathan, how are you, buddy? Evening, boss. Evening to you too. Rugen, how are you? It's the Stargate guy. No way. Yes, indeed. It's the great sweaty Stargate. What did I say today? Was I a meat? I'm a meat patty. Ugh. I'm a great sweaty meat patty. But I like to put people off food if I can with this thing. So yes, exercise is done. Woohoo! I really wasn't gonna do it today. I had absolutely no intention of exercise. I got to take the dog out. Ran a bunch of errands. I had this sudden change of plans because my life is always in turmoil. The problem with acting is you just never know when you're going to be needed where. And as I get older, I find it more frustrating. But I've been booked for a show next week that was supposed to start shooting on the Friday. Well, I just found out they're flying me out Monday morning. So I now have 2 days to figure out what the hell I'm doing for the next. I don't know how long I'm going to be away for either. They don't know how long it's going to be. So, there's the joys of acting. So, all I can think is I don't have to walk the dog. And I love the breakfasts in Newfoundland. And it's a nice walk, too. And I'll have some time to work on, AI filmmaking and stuff. Who saw Mad Mouse? No one watched Mad Mouse? I'm curious to know what people think of it. I love the titles of your YouTube videos. Thank you, Nixie. I enjoy making fun of myself. Who else we got here? Hello, Rebecca Haskell. Good to see you. Caliber Pictures again. Hello. How many minutes? 35 minutes today, Jonathan Leeton Hoggett. Yes, 35 freaking minutes, and I hardly even noticed. Good evening, Laura Richards. To you too. Hello from the Czech Republic. My favorite place. Oh my God. I miss Prague. I miss Prague so much. Rebel Time Lady, good day to you too. Sorry you weren't there yesterday. Well, I'm sorry. We missed you. I was babysitting one of my nieces, and she's very in the stick everything in her mouth phase. Good Lord, yes. No, I'm glad that Baz is now at the I don't have a father and I want nothing to do with you phase. It's much, much easier. The nieces just came in for a visit. It's really cute because they don't have to be here right now. They're actually working in Hamilton and living in Hamilton back at home, basically, or with boyfriends during the summer. But they come back. Well, I think they come back for parties, but they come back and stay and watch movies, and it's just kind of fun. So, so it's just kind of nice to see them. They just came back, and this complete chaos as they arrive, and they had chicken, but they weren't sharing it. Really, which I was quite surprised at, to be honest. So yeah, it's kind of nice to see them. So my nieces are far beyond that. They're in the buy their own chicken and stick it in their mouth phase at this point. Evening to you, Blurty Dad. Good to see you. Could we send fan mail to you, by the way? Rebecca Haskell, do you really want to do that? I guess you can. I always feel like, sorry, that's very sweet. I don't mean to be a jerk about it. It's just that I used to get a lot of mail, and I just found that the time I spent getting back to each individual person was time I'm not doing this, And I feel like this way I get to talk to more people, and the fan mail stuff is just, that said, I'm sure we can figure something out, Rebecca. If you want to let me know what you need to send, I am davidihewlett@gmail.com, and anyone is free to email me there, and then just wait, because God knows there's a lot in my inbox right now. But anyways, thank you. All right, hello from Japan, Michelle. Finally made it to one of these on time. Oh my God, Michelle, I'm so jealous because I am dying to go to Japan. My son wants to go to Japan, and we're talking about when he graduates, after he graduates next year, maybe going for a family trip, because I cannot wait to go there. Unfortunately, Stargate wasn't really big in Japan that I'm aware of. So convention-wise, there's nothing out there. But I'm sure there's something else I could figure out. There's some other nerdy way in, maybe a lifelong learning educational thing, or AI filmmaking or something. I don't know. Maybe there's a way I can get some help on getting out there, because it would just be amazing. So there you go. Michelle, welcome. I'm so glad you could make it. And I'm so jealous. Japan. Dana, how are you? Or Dana. Dana, Rosanna, Donna. Nixie, how do you deal with your keeping fit routine when you are filming? We're about to find out, Nixie. Probably not very well. I think there will be a lot of Newfoundland pubs and pub food and delicious Newfoundland breakfasts. So there's a good chance it will be more like a, forgive me, I confess for the calories I've taken in rather than the exercise I've done. Although I would love to figure something out. Like if there's an elliptical machine, then I guess I've got no excuse. I have to go and use the gym in public. Or maybe I could just do, worst comes to worst, I guess I could do like a little kick and punch and sit-ups and push-ups or something if I don't feel social enough. Because sometimes, honestly, I know this sounds ridiculous because here I am, a giant, sweaty, fat mess, happily discussing my post-exercise misery with you all. But exercising in public just kind of creeps me out. I don't really like it. And I just feel stupid because I know I'm bad at it, and I'm horribly uncoordinated, and I'm just a total nerd with this stuff. And I just feel like exercise is it's just something I just don't sort of like the idea of doing in public. But anyways, that said, those are all my excuses. Maybe maybe I could wander down at some weird hours of the morning or the evening and hop on the elliptical and get my 35 minutes in that way. But I'll tell you, the learn part of my Burn&Learn today, that stuff's been amazing because I'm admittedly not just with the Burn&Learn, I've also been doing the learning outside of the exercise part as well. Like whenever I get some free time or I'm waiting on a line or whatever, I'll look at my tutorials right now. And so I've got through Unreal Essentials, which is amazing. They're little tiny little tidbits, but I've basically gone through the basics, which is just great. I feel like I've got a good understanding of it. I am going to play with it on the actual computer as well because there is definitely what I would call an illusion of knowledge that happens when you watch tutorials. If you watch tutorials and you don't actually do anything, you're just watching TV, basically. I mean, yes, I retain some stuff, and I like to jot down notes, and I take screen grabs and stuff when I see things that I want to remember. But the only way to really lock this stuff in is to actually apply that knowledge. So I'm looking forward to playing with that. It's one of the reasons why I did Mad Mouse the other day. I sat down with a couple of AI tools that I wanted to learn, and I thought, let's make this a project. Like, instead of just like goofing around, let me do something with it. It's like, like I was using Midjourney to do images for the newsletter. Oh, I haven't done the newsletter either. God, there's always something to do. Oh, now I have to leave on Monday. The sky is falling. The sky is falling because then the garage. Forget it. Garage roof. I'm not going to think about it. Hello, Mr. Rodney McKay. Sandy Hex, hello to you. Welcome. Welcome indeed. Yeah, so Nixie, I got to figure out something for keeping fit. Worst comes to worst, I'll come up with a little routine that maybe I can do in the hotel room, maybe something like that. Because I do want to be able to do. The only problem with that is I can't learn while I'm doing it. And if I'm not learning while I'm doing it, you may not get done. We'll see. All right. Hello from Zelenka land. Bad Mojo, you got to be in Prague as well, or at least in Czech Republic. Welcome, Bad Mojo. One of my favorite parts of the world now, and certainly my favorite people. Even that Zelenka fellow seems like a nicer guy now that I've been to Prague and visited his home. Good evening, David and chat. John D. Brewer. That is Xenos76 checking in with us. Fantastic. Jim the Evo, how the heck are you? Thank you for the heads up on weddings. I got to put in a good word for that, and now I look like a hero. So thank you, Jim, for that. Everyone, go follow Jim the Evo if you can. A brilliant, what would you call yourself? Scientist? Molecular biologist? Phage? What specifically is it that I call you, other than just Jim the Evo, master of everything. David, better man than me doing exercise. I don't exercise, but I walk my city, and instead of doing that today, I was lazy and I just walked to the local store and back instead. Not real workout. Well, George DeWitt, at least you did some walking. A little bit every day. It's the way to go, I guess. I am so not the person to talk to about fitness because honestly, it feels like I've got the tail of a dragon. Because I'm just getting flung around. And today I was not going to exercise. I thought, oh, maybe day on, day off, day on, day off. Because I've got to say, I have got some seriously aching legs on me. And I don't know whether that's a medication-related thing or whether it's or bad shoes or whatever the hell it is, bad posture or something, or just I'm fat. Whatever it is, so I thought maybe I'll take a day off and a day on, a day off. I couldn't do it. I got to this afternoon. I was like, you know what? I really need to. I want to work through these tutorials, and I don't want to do it sitting down. So, I guess that's a good sign. I still hated every second of it. Just so you know, I'm still miserable. It's still a torture device that I don't want to even talk about or even see. But anyways, don't beat yourself up about it. Go have a donut or something. Believe me, I was about to buy a dozen donuts because my son had his friend over, and I thought, you know what? As much as that feels like I'm being the good guy, I'm coming home, I'm bringing donuts for the kids, it's just not really. I'm like, here, have food that's going to kill you. So I thought maybe I should just, Anyways, I did make him a salad for lunch today, so I guess that sort of that hopefully trades out a bit. Let me know. Okay. Ardelia. What a great name, Ardelia. Why do I feel like I knew an Ardelia? Yes, I'm off work and can watch and maybe hear words of wisdom. Well, probably not here. You'll hear a lot of words of misery and complaining, probably more than anything else. Zaya, oh my god, Omega. Zaya Omega. That's kind of cool. Walking locally is better than nothing so far. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's it. Get a little walk in there. That's how I started. You know, my family bought the dog, rescued the dog. It was a pound rescue. I guess we did have to pay a bit for some processing fees. But anyways, we got the dog that I didn't want. Still don't. And that has got me out of the house on a daily basis. So I know that I'm going to do at least a 30, 40-minute walk with the dog. Otherwise, she's going to just drive me freaking crazy. Sometimes I have to do a couple a day. I really don't like doing 2 a day because, frankly, then I feel like my knees hurt. I feel like an old man. Super cool to see you live and have our photo with Lemon. How good. How do they compare? Do I look sweaty? Do I look thinner? Am I rapidly losing weight? I freaking wish. I eat 50 times as much because I'm exercising now, so I don't know if I'm doing any good at all. Anyways, I feel a little better. I feel a little happier when I've done it. I feel like I've accomplished something. And yeah, I think the mood is, I think part of my craving for it today was just like, I just felt myself going like, oh my God, I have to leave on Monday. I'm stressing out. I get nervous about everything, basically. I can get anxious about anything. And so I start worrying about all the different things that could go wrong. Do I get the wrong day, the wrong flight, or I missed my flight, or don't remember my lines, or whatever. All the things that I worry about when I've got work to do and when I don't have work to do. But, and I just thought, you know what, hop on the elliptical torture device and get through this tutorial thing, which is just amazing. Like the stuff I've learned everything from like how to animate cameras in Unreal Engine. So you basically create like a virtual camera, and then you can choose that camera to look through for your scene. So you pick your camera, you pick what the depth of field is, like how far away or how close things are in focus, the type of lens. Are you zoomed in? Are you nice and wide shot? Are you, is the camera moving? Are you, you can set the time of day. You can animate the time of day. You can, there's just fog and lights and materials. There was some gameplay stuff and gravity, and then a little bit of on-scripting. Again, this was just the essentials, and this is a great, like, Unreal Engines for dummies. Me. I just play Genius on television. That's all. So it's just nice to have sort of a dummies approach to this stuff, and then you can build on it from there. So I feel like, when I open the thing, it's not as daunting. And I mean, if you open Unreal Engine, you're like, gone are the days. Let's just say this right now. Gone are the days where you can open a piece of software and figure out how to use it. I'm sorry. Maybe that's just me, but from what I see, the only way to learn software now is to sit down with the tutorials and work through this stuff, because there's too many things going on. And it is just so daunting and terrifying to open these software packages. Even an update, you're like, oh my God, it's all changed. Because I played with Unreal Engine 1,000 years ago just for like 10 minutes, and now all of a sudden it's Unreal 5 or whatever it is. So, okay, so I wonder if I've ever met your nieces by chance. I've worked many public-facing jobs, so I suppose it's possible. Possible, Rebel Time Lindy? It is possible. Love the shirt. Thank you, 3 Watchers and the Moth. What a great name. This shirt is actually, this is the what is called the Calgary Underground Film Festival. Just an amazing festival. Go if you can. Just a lot of fabulous filmmaking people from all over the place enjoying themselves, and it's like my old 13 to 15-year-old years of making films with my friends, except it's an actual festival for grown-ups, and no one's a grown-up because they're all filmmakers, but it's just a lovely, lovely experience. The people who run it are just the sweetest people on the planet, and I cannot recommend it enough. Make a holiday out of it. It's just so much fun. So of course I got the t-shirt. What do we got? Could always consider Cameo. Yeah, Cameo, I know. There's something weird about Cameo. Something weird, a Cameo that makes me feel slightly greasy, slimy. I don't know what it is. Am I an idiot? I don't know what it is. I could also just be really sweaty. Maybe it's not slimy or greasy. It's just I'm just sweaty because I've just been 35 minutes on the torture device, You sent me Tech Bandit stickers. Woohoo! You did. It's true. It's true. John D. Brewer, you did indeed. It's true. You're a good man. Haskell, thank you, Rebecca. Davey McKay. Davey McKay. What is it? Davey McKay. Gilmar, how are you, bud? Question for you. Microsoft and others are release computers with special AI chips. Yeah, they've got the new Surface ones, aren't they? Or they're setting a standard for what the computers have to have before they get sort of they're basically called like AI ready type thing. You think that that's just a fad, or is AI local on PCs a thing that we'll always see from now on? I think local models are going to be really important, to be honest, George. This is a great question, by the way. Oh my God, I'm turning into one of those podcast people. Whenever anyone asks a question on the podcast that I listen to, like all this business porn stuff, they always go, "That's a great question," but that is a really good question. I think. Yeah, I think local models are really important for privacy, right? I mean, people are just willy-nilly throwing things up onto the chat GPTs of the world, like posting lots of PDFs and emails and all sorts of stuff. You got to remember that is on a cloud. That is, you are putting this potentially very private, potentially even corporate information into a giant machine learning model that may or may not spit stuff back out you or at other people. So, we know from history repeating itself over and over and over again with all the various different social media platforms, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that content doesn't always get deleted when it's supposed to be, and it certainly rarely ends up where it's supposed to be, all the time. I mean, look, Ticketmaster just got hacked, so apparently they just lost all of the credit card information for every freaking Ticketmaster person out there. I mean, this privacy is not about even looking after your own stuff. It's about looking out for who you give your data to, because they're the ones who are going to lose it for you. And there seems to be no repercussions to that, which is kind of extraordinary. Like if someone has your data and it gets stolen, then frankly, they should be responsible for it. Anyways, so yes, I don't think it's a fad. AI is definitely in its absolute, like it is in full marketing spin mode right now. I do think it is over promising an awful lot of stuff, but look how fast it's changing. I mean, I spent yesterday afternoon playing with a few different AI applications and Creative Cloud, like Adobe, playing with Premiere and stuff. And I had like a silly little trailer for Mad Mouse, which I've been talking about since I was making debug. I mean, like the tools, I think in the right hands could be absolutely game changing. Not even could be, I think they will be absolutely game changing. I mean, right now it all still looks very AI generated and all that stuff, and I totally get that. But it's not about that for me. For me, it's just about sort of familiarizing myself with the process and saying, I just want to be, I want to be in the crest of that wave. You know what I mean? Like I want to be not just AI. This is not just AI. This is about every technology that comes out. The sooner, I have the privilege and the luck and the joy of being able to play with this stuff. And so I want to make sure I do that. It's part of the lifelong learning stuff, right? I mean, like I'm like dedicated to the idea that I want to learn for life, and I sort of want to share that with as many people, and especially kids, as I can. It's sort of what I do, and I think there's something about working in public, or in my case, working out in public, that I think is sort of part of the process of going ahead here. Like I think the AI stuff is very important. I do think. I think privacy is something we've really got to think about in cybersecurity as well, something we've really got to talk about on this stuff, because I think people are basically approaching AI like they approached the internet from the beginning. There's no security safeguards in place, and I just worry that people could potentially be inadvertently at work giving away all of their corporate secrets and stuff, or scripts. I mean, Jesus, you put a script in to have a synopsis done of it. You just put your script into someone else's machine learning model. I mean, that's not to say I won't do it, because I don't care. But I could imagine, imagine I had an audition for Star Trek or something, and then I decided to put that PDF into ChatGPT and have it run the lines with me. Not beyond the realm of possibility. Well, guess what? You've just made public, potentially, the latest script that you've just basically signed an NDA for. So, I mean, I think people could really get themselves in trouble. I think we're going to see a lot of that in the future. And we're also going to see, I think, a lot of hacks that try to pull data out of other people's models as well. So I think the local model is really smart. And I think, I'm very much in the Apple ecosphere. That said, I do have a PC, and there's definitely things that I prefer the PC for than the Mac. But I think my next PC will probably be one of the AI ones. I mean, I'm sort of toying with the idea of maybe the Surface for the future, but it's still a bit big and big and pudgy for me. Pudgy? I don't know what that means, but I kind of like the word. I'm going to use it. Pudgy maybe is a better word. It's just a bit of, it's a bit chunky. You know what I mean? So, the iPad is great, but even the iPad, I mean, this ain't exactly light either when you put an armored case on it like I do. Anyway, sorry, George, I'm babbling on, but a great question. And yeah, I mean, I potentially, I think there's definitely a fad aspect to this for sure. But I think it's like it's like that silly Windows button on keyboards. I just thought was ridiculous as well. And I think crypto is being added to everything. AI is being added to everything right now, and everyone's looking at everything as if sticking the name AI onto something going to make it new and useful. I mean, AI is not, machine learning models are not going to be perfect for everything we want to use them for. But man, they are speeding up a lot of stuff in a way that I'm sort of, I think is revolutionary. So, and I'm very excited. I'm very bullish on it. I'm excited about it. So, there you go. Oh, damn it! That reminds me. I've got a T-shirt that I wanted to do. I got this great T-shirt I wanted to do, which is just said, which just says OI. Organic intelligence. That's because I don't know why. I just wanted to. For some reason, it was a shirt that I wanted, so it was something I'd be playing with as well. All right, Zia says go Kyoto. Okay, you go. Oh, go to Kyoto. Oh yeah, sure, done. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'll go everywhere, man. If we go to Japan, I want to be there for as long as I possibly can. Hello, my friend, chat folk, says Rebel Time Lady. That's a nice, I like that. It's a good greeting. Going to prepare some late dinner. Ooh, almost midnight here while listening to you. Dana, make sure it's not healthy for me, would you? Like some fried chicken or pizza. Or, oh, now I'm getting hungry. Evening, you fine people. You're later than usual today. I am, Giovanna. Like I said, I wasn't going to do it. This was not going to happen. This was a surprise to me as much to you. I was just feeling a little low, and I wanted to, or not even low. Low's the wrong word. Just feeling a little bit chaotic, and I thought, I need a little focus on this, and this is the way to do it. So, did you find out if the garage roof is covered by insurance? The garage roof is not covered by insurance because it is wear and tear. And because we were warned about it in the original house review, what's it called? House inspection. So yes, I did ask my wife about it, but she felt that we were asking for it. Just watching you and Ronan saving Dr. Keller. I think I did most of the work. Where are you going on Monday? I go to Newfoundland on Monday. Is the plan. So I got to go to Newfoundland. I got to go acclimatize myself to, I think they're an hour ahead, 2 hours ahead, somewhere in there. So I go to Newfoundland, and then I've got to do some running around, do some wardrobe fittings and that kind of stuff, makeup and hair and all that jazz. And then I start shooting there on Thursday. So I think I shoot Thursday and Friday, and then I'm not sure what happens there. But so I will be roaming the streets of St. John's, trying local ciders and eating, what do I eat there? Is it oysters? Clams? What's the deal there? Something like that. Fish. Anyways, lots of fish. And having amazing breakfasts that could involve bear sausages and stuff like that. I mean, bear sausages, apparently. They were probably just lying to me. Anyways. Oh, you do love I'm so glad. Someone liked the Mad Mouse. I'm so happy. What are the tutorials about? The tutorials are about, they are Epic Games Unreal Engine. So it's a platform for developing games, video games, and it's also used in architecture, and in creating titles for film and TV stuff. Also, film and TV. A lot of the Mandalorian stuff is uses Unreal as well. And I'm just sort of fascinated by new approaches to filmmaking. Thus, this little Mad Mouse video that I put out. Although I didn't put it out on. Weirdly, I did not put it on YouTube. I put it on Twitter. I put it on LinkedIn even, and I put it on TikTok. Ugh, I'm the worst. But I was just kind of proud of it. It's so funny because you show it to kids, and kids are like, it looks like AI generated. I'm like, it is AI generated. Like, that to me is the exciting part. They're like, yeah, whatever. But I loved making it. It was so much fun. I'm only here to say, Cube is your magnus opus. Good day, sir. That's it, Clancy. Thank you, sir. I can bow out now. I don't need to work. I didn't need to do all that work post Cube. Damn it. Cube was a lot of work, but man, what a great flick. And I love it. I love it particularly because, it's one of my best and oldest friends who made it. In fact, my best and oldest friends wrote and directed it. So, yeah, just fantastic. Lake and Eggs, tell the aliens. It is Lake and Eggs. I got Lake and Eggs. Hello, World Production. Welcome. Xenos, not to try and make you jealous, David, but I'm down from a size 50 waist to a 42 over the last 2 years. God. Is this why you do the food stuff? Is this why you do the food temptation? You're trying to like size me up so you feel smaller. Damn it! Well done, bud. That's 8 sizes in 2 years. My God, I think I'm eating more to compensate for the exercise I've done, but I still feel better anyway. So I get a good walk in while cleaning headstones in cemeteries. Wow, Rebecca Haskell. Who says that? Would you want to return to another Stargate series? Yes, absolutely, L2PN. I would most certainly come back. The question I am asked often, and an answer that I always give, which is, are you kidding? It's McKay, for God's sake. I'd do him again. I'd be back playing McKay any possible chance I'd get. Christian and unpronounceable. Hello to you, Christian. Good to see you. Firefly69, hello. Finally caught alive. Haven't caught alive in a long time. Hello, David. Hello, Firefly. Welcome. World Production says, I was trying to watch Cube recently on the internet, legally, wink wink, and for 2 hours I was waiting for you to show up, but you didn't. Turns out I watched the more recent one from 2021. Oh, I'm sorry, man. The only real Cube in my book is the first one, I gotta say. I mean, like, I know there were other movies, and I shouldn't diss other movies and all that stuff, but the reality is, the only one that Vincenzo was involved in, Vincenzo and Andre, who were the geniuses behind it, the only ones they were involved in was the first one. So I sort of, to be honest, I sort of a bit of a snob about the other ones, I guess. I mean, look, I'm sure they have their merit, but I felt like they were different movies. Like Cube was its own little rock and roll kind of thing, and then the rest of them just felt like they were, it just felt like a bit like whatever company owned them at the time, trying to knock off a couple of extra bucks out of it. But that said, whatever. They added like another dimension or something. I couldn't make any sense of it anyways. But all right. Speaking of cameras, I just bought a very nice camera and macro lens for the lab. I'm fine being called a scientist. All right, scientist, photographer. Really, what kind of camera did you get? Is it not like a single lens reflex one? Probably like some fancy like lab camera, right? That's great. God, new cameras are so much fun, aren't they? Best way to learn editors, in my experience, is just repetition and clicking everything. Yeah, I mean, I absolutely, I agree. I just think that a basic understanding of the tools just saves you so much time and heartache when it comes to learning this stuff. World Production, and I had to watch it in Japanese without subtitles. I remember wondering if you were going to speak Japanese. I do not speak Japanese. God, I'd love to. As an IT engineer, I agree with you regarding the learning of a new software. It's all about engaging with tutorial, then constantly practice. Yeah, Dana, it's kind of like a language, right? I mean, it's like I can learn French with a French course, but if I'm not speaking French on a regular basis, then je ne parle français très bien. You know what I'm saying? I don't, because I don't speak French. Scorpio. Excuse me, Scorpio. As well, sorry it was too late here in Czech. Just want to say hi and thanks again for your attention to Comic-Con Prague. Oh my God, are you kidding? I just had so much fun. I honestly, I truly think that was like one of my favorite conventions of all time. Photo with you was a legendary, and then have a chance to exchange a few words. Oh my God, always a pleasure. I love it when there's time to talk to people, and I mean, Prague was pretty busy, but at the same time, it's just like we're all nerds, right? I mean, this is we geek out together about this stuff. To me, there's no point in going to these things unless I get to do that. So I appreciate it. Thanks very much, and of course, thank you for coming. You don't show up, I won't be there. Film festival sounds fun. Always done TIFF a few times, and it's always been stressful and packed with people. Yeah, I don't like TIFF. I'm sorry. I used to love TIFF. I used to go to TIFF all the time. I used to get like the business ticket. You could get a business pass when you were as a member of the film community, and it was amazing because you start watching a movie, it was crap, so you would go to another one or whatever. Now you have to get coupons and apply for it. Yeah, forget it. Whereas something like coming up very soon, by the way, is the Fantasia Film Festival in Montreal, which I highly recommend to everyone. You've got to go to this festival. Mitch runs the coolest freaking festival on the planet. Like I say, Calgary Underground Film Festival is my favorite film festival after Fantasia, because Fantasia is the best. But Fantasia reminds me of TIFF back in the day. So it's also it's in Montreal. It's a nice train trip from Toronto. Hop on the train, go up to Montreal, get a little Airbnb or something, hang out for a week or so, and just watch a million movies. It's on for 3 weeks. I mean, I dream of doing 3 weeks up there, but my family keeps telling me that's never going to happen. So, whatever. I'll try by myself. Chestia, woohoo! What else we got here? Any recommendations for good Unreal Engine tutorials? Yeah, Caliber Pictures. I'm really enjoying. Well, there's a great one called, I believe it's Unreal Samurai or Sensei, Unreal Sensei or something. which is a YouTube tutorial, which is pretty good. Quite enjoyed that. But again, for just to feel like you've got everything, and also the other advantage of LinkedIn Learning is that you can usually get it for free through your library. So if you use your library card, you can log into LinkedIn Learning for free and use their tutorials. Bet you a lot of people didn't know that. I didn't, because I was actually paying for it. I've been paying for lynda.com for years, and then found out that it's actually in the you can use the library for it. I still pay for it anyways, because frankly, I just like the service, and I like the ability to have, there's like a connection between the LinkedIn Learning and your LinkedIn profile. So you can literally, when I finish a tutorial series, you can actually pop it up onto your LinkedIn. I haven't done that for years. God, I should actually look at that. But there's a way of like popping them up onto your LinkedIn profile. So, people can go like, oh, hey, he's into that stuff. Let's talk to him about that. It just sort of opens up more fun, geeky conversations with people. So maybe a job one day even. I grew up with Stargate and McKay, and similar really inspired me. I now run an IT company in the northeast of London. Woohoo! And genuinely may have never pursued this without people like you. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Dude, Piers, Davies, Smith, what's the IT company? And when I'm next in England, I'll come by and ask you for a job. Because I used to do IT years ago. That was I really thought that's what I was going to do. I quit acting. I was doing Kung Fu, The Legend Continues, and Mr. Carradine was crazy drunk all the time, and people seemed to just ignore it. And it was, as a young actor, I was completely disillusioned, and I was like, oh my God, this poor guy. He's like a complete freaking alcoholic mess, and yet they're still shooting a show around him, and it was just bizarre, and I didn't want to do it. And I went and I got this job. I got an IT job working up in, where was it? Where is it? Outside of Toronto. God, I can't remember. So long ago, I don't remember. Anyway, so it was outside of Toronto, and I would drive for like 40 minutes a day up to this little office in a big, one of those big ugly industrial stretch places, and I absolutely freaking loved it. Just loved it. I'd like sleep under the desk when I was working late doing backups and stuff, and living like a true nerd. God, they didn't know what to do with me, because I had no sense. I didn't know how to work in an office. I didn't understand the office really, and I'd show up with different color hair every day, and they'd be like, I don't think you could do that. And I was like, okay, well, then I guess better get someone else. And it was so much fun. Anyways, and then eventually there was a bunch of stupid stuff, and then basically discovered that it's actually, you get paid better to pretend to be an IT person on television than you do being an IT person. Although you don't get to learn as much, which is, well, I say that. I got to learn a lot pretending to be smart on television, I got to say. That was back in the Traders days. So I'd started Traders just after that job, and had so much fun. Traders, God, I learned a ton about the stock market and all these crazy, massive big data approaches and analysis to stuff. And oh man, yeah, really cool. Anyways, look, I'm so glad, Piers, I'm so glad that worked out. This is it. It is really fun to play this stuff on television, but I am thoroughly jealous of people who are actually able to do this stuff. And I wish you all the best for that. You'll have to do let me know what the IT company is, and what you're up to. Maybe I can pop by next time I'm there or something. And this applies to everyone. If you've got stuff you think I should be interested in or would be interested in, then davidihewlett@gmail.com. Just let me know. And as I plow through my inbox, I may get back to you in the next 6 months or so. All right, what do we say? Jim the Evo. Ooh, what kind of stuff we use the macro lens for? I bet that opens a whole world of filming. Yeah, I'm sure. Actually, that'd be a great channel. There is a one called Macrocosms or something, or Microcosms, or I can't remember. There's a YouTube channel that just shows footage of things, of microscopic animals and stuff, and it's fantastic. I'm using it for taking super high res images of how viruses spread over a plate. Cool. Viruses. Jim the Evo was such a treat to meet years and years ago. Not so much now. He's far too smart now. But when I first sort of met him online, I've never actually met him in person, but meeting him online, he's the only person I ever met who said he loved viruses. Just loved viruses. And this was long before viruses got cool and started pandemics and things like that. Before everyone thought themselves a virus expert. James was there working on it. So yeah, used to just love his videos about what he was learning in school and what he was doing in school and stuff. So yeah, and now I would consider him a friend. Very, just lovely guy. Jim the Evo, yes. All right, Jim the Evo, that's so rad and scary. I guess I have a morbid fascination on the subject. I don't know, is it scary? Yeah, they're not scary. They're, it's all natural. It's all natural, man. Anthony Shea, watch out for Samantha. The robot is watching you. Yeah, it's watching all of us. Well, is it? It sort of looks like its head's tilted Its head got a little tilted. I've instructed my kids to put Stargate Atlantis on a loop if I ever get Alzheimer's. I loved your performance the most, David, and watched it too many times to not be surprised. Quack Jug. Well, I'm glad. I hope that my dulcet tones will allow you to drift off into unconsciousness in your old age. I'm sure I'll be there before you. Bite me, I'm Klingon. Hi, oi, how are you? If you release an OI shirt, I would be in for it. So many YouTubers who release shirts, and it will like okay and reference them. But I would love OI since it's referencing AI. Yeah, I just think it'd be just kind of fun. Like I almost kind of want an AI one and an OI one, depending on what mood I'm in. Maybe like OI on the front and AI on the back, or something like that. Vegetarian. It's just a light salad, especially given the late hour. Well, very good, Dana. I wish, God, I wish I could do vegetarian. I mean. Yeah, the problem is the meat. I really like the meat. I don't like the concept of meat, but I definitely like it. Now, I can't read the next one, but hello. Should try some Screech while you're down this way. Oh, Ardelia, I did the, I was, what was it called? Was I screeched in? This was a million years ago. I kissed something. I don't remember a lot of it, or much of that evening, but yeah, there was a lot of drinking involved. Screech was involved, and, yeah, I think those days may be behind me. I like myself a nice pint of cider now, or maybe a gin and tonic if I'm actually going to have a drink. I've sort of I've recently lifted the ban on alcohol for me, and debating whether that's something. I mean, I shouldn't really, because the reality is it's just terrible stuff. It's awful for you. It's like a carcinogenic. They literally, World Health Organization said like this is a carcinogenic and you should not drink any of it. But for some reason it still sort of. It still lures me back now and again, but nothing like it used to. My God, back in the day, when I was screeched in, or whatever it's called, back, like, God, this would have been 30 years ago? Maybe 25 years ago, something like that. I did Boys of St. Vincent out there, and yes, there was a lot of drinking involved, and a lot of memories that I will never remember, I'm sure. All right, but I will definitely. All right, maybe I'll try a shot at Screech while and everything. Yeah, Unreal 5 is awesome, Harry T. I'm really enjoying it. I mean, yeah, I just can't get over the resources as well that are available. Right, the Unreal 5. I don't know how much of this has been added recently, but there's the Quixel stuff, and there's all sorts of packages you can download now, and assets, and it's like a whole film studio, like available for free. It's oh, what an epic epoch we live in. Kids are calling AI art boomer art now. No! Oh my God, that is absolutely the attitude of the kids I talk to. One of them being mine. Of course they are. Boomer art. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's because we are so enamored with it. Because it's just normal for them, right? This is just like something just another invention, whatever. AI can make art. But for old folks like us who were alive before the internet, before computers even, oh my God, I'm so old. What am I exercising for? Surely there can't be long for me. For us, we're just totally enamored with it. So, and I'm always leaping into this stuff. So I am used to the cringe that comes with this stuff. Like I am an early adopter. I admit it. I was fascinated by crypto. I never seem to be smart enough to jump on any of kind of the financial side of these things, but I'm always fascinated with the technology and always leap onto it when I can. So I guess I'm gonna be doing a lot of boomer art in the future. That's so good, Elizabeth. That's exactly right. Loved Cube. So happy. Glad, Christian. Glad you liked it. Oh crap. I'm glad this came across my feed. I just remembered I need to give my dog his breakfast. Yeah, nicely put, Chris. Janelle, how you doing? Ananda, I loved Cube. Looking back, it's so cool to see that it was you. That's weird, isn't it? It's a very different me. I don't recognize him. I'm trying to eat more low carb. Just made some almond flour crackers and hummus. My God, that sounds like a lot of work. Well done. Bite me, I'm Klingon is that is a commitment. Wait, am I remember correctly that you will be on Gate World with your sister in the near future? Is it Sunday? I think it's this Sunday. I think this Sunday we're talking. Yeah. And she screwed up because we were supposed to do it like last week, and she screwed up and got the dates mixed up or something. It was like, oh, I'm on holiday. So it's I think it's this Sunday. is it 2 o'clock? Like around 2 o'clock, something like that, my time. But check out the. It's not Gate World. It's Dial the Gate. David Reed, Dial the Gate. Yeah, definitely check that out. You got to watch the Rats episode of Cabinet of Curiosities. I really do. I was in it. But thank you, Laura. Jim the Evo. I got the Canon 5R and the 100 mm macro lens. Ooh, damn! I need a lab and someone else to pay for it. Ben Palmer, howdy, folks. How are you, Ben? Language could come back though. I thought if for sure I had forgotten Chinese, and then I went to Shanghai and it just all came back. I mean, I'm amazed how much French comes back when I'm in Montreal, to be honest. Three Watchers in the Moth, great name. Cube, available on the Internet Archive, which I was surprised to find out today. It's available on the Internet Archive. It's that old. I'm full-time disabled and bedbound to put on lots of weight due to that and also meds. And I managed to get the weight off from my only cutting portion sizes. Once your stomach shrinks, you crave food less. Nixie, that's good to know. Okay, so basically I need to just eat smaller portions of things. God, that's so hard though, because there's so much more to eat, always. Caliber Pictures, getting late here in Germany now, so see you all next time. Oh, Caliber Pictures, get some sleep. Enjoy. Have a great night, and I should probably do the same thing. I should probably get moving myself, because God knows I got to figure out packing and what I'm gonna do. I'm leaving Monday morning, and I don't even know how long I'm gonna be away for. It could be as much as a week. It could be more than a week. My God, what am I gonna do with a week away? Yeah, that's not good. Anyway, I'm not going to think about it. See, I'm not getting anxious because I've exercised. All right, everyone. I was like, do you know about Open Sauce, where creators and makers get together? It happens in San Francisco, June 14th. Wish I could attend. It sounds amazing, Michael P. I've looked into it a couple times, but yeah, it's just anything in San Francisco is just so freaking expensive. Recommend Escape Studios for Unreal tutorials. Recommend Escape Studios for Unreal tutorials. Oh, okay, great. Okay, I'll do that for sure. I was saying, Ben, I think you got in later, but I finished the LinkedIn Learning version of it. So I've done the Unreal Essentials on LinkedIn Learning, which I really enjoy. I mean, I know it's very generic and very sort of, I don't know, office-y, but it's just great for the basics, and I like the guy who teaches it. So he's pretty good at it. So he keeps it interesting. Oh my God, I want to go to open source so bad. Oh my God, Rebel Town Lady is totally freaking out about open source. All right, classic bouquet. It's true uncivil. Vonnie needs coffee. Morning, Mr. Hewlett. Glad I'm finally catching you live again. I'm so glad you're catching me, and now I'm going to go. Isn't that awful? Tobias, greetings from Germany. It's late. Go to bed. Murcia, alcohol is organic chemistry. Maybe this is OI. There you go. That's right. So how do I say that? Murcia, Gurgio. I'm not going to say. I'm doing a terrible job with that, aren't I? Anyways, alcohol is organic chemistry. Maybe this is OI. Exactly. Hello, David. Semi-long time. The Geezer Geek. How are you, sir? Tobias is guessing. Oh, Nixie. Oh, my God. I remember watching Traders. Yeah. It's a good show. There's only the first season. The only thing that's available that I can find anyways. All right. I'm afraid I'm going to have to. Oh, my God. I've got so many things that I've missed here. I'm so sorry. All right. Look, I should go. Oh, there you go. Ben Palmer likes the LinkedIn Learning articles as well. Good. All right. They're often decent. Well, there you go. I did some decent learning then. Needed to sleep in. Bestie had a baby a few days ago, so catching up on the Z's. Good luck. My God, sleep while you can. Sleep is everything. I wake up and dream of sleep. That's what I do. All right. So, not sure when I'll see you again. I'm going to, yeah, I'm just going to go with, like I say, got the dragon, just trying to like hang on. See if it takes me to the elliptical machine, then so be it. If the torture device calls, I must answer. But hoping to sort of at least keep some kind of a regularity to it in some way. Anyway, so have a great weekend. Friday night, woohoo! Friday night. I'm hoping to watch horror movies tonight. That's my plan. I think it's going to be. I think it's the first Omen. I think is the one we're watching tonight, or Tarot, which is also apparently supposed to be terrible. But I like bad horror movies because they're fun to laugh at. So. Be brave, be kind, be brilliant. Until we meet again, I will say cheerio and huzzah, and talk to y'all soon. Cheers.